Today, me and the missus are doing something a little different. We're going to see a few sites that we've bookmarked and kind of stroll through Mexico City proper, taking in the sights, smells, and just general excitement of the city. So we're going to show you a little bit of what we see today. Not overwhelm you with that because, quite frankly, this is all about the food. You know what I'm saying? And your boy is still hungry. So let's find something to eat. We're starting our adventure off the right way, grabbing some tacos from a street vendor. Look at the setup. Yes. Looks good.
Una calle antes. Hacia atrás para conocer una calle antes y ya luego se lo agarró. Por eso, pero sobre esas, o sea, de Jerez para acá, ¿no?
First bite. Here we go. Very messy, you can see fell apart, but so dang flavorful, delicious. The lingua, tender perfection. With the accoutrements, I am in hog heaven. We are currently matriculating through the Lama Central, and this place is beautiful. Just amazingly large green space. The landscaping is phenomenal. There are statues and fountains all over. It is absolutely stunning. And just from a timing perspective, right, you had the inauguration yesterday. You can see a lot of these important sites have been kind of sealed up so they didn't take any damage in case there was any protests or political violence, etc., which is unfortunate because it just means we can't walk through them and experience the culture. All right, with a little hard work, we have found the entrance to the Museo de Palacio de Bellas Artes. Sorry for the butchery. Inside the fortress. And as you can see behind me, the facade of this art museum is absolutely stunning. This art museum hosts some of the biggest and best Mexican artists from the past, I believe. And I'm not going to film in there, but I'll take a couple pictures. I'll put a few of those after this, but we're very excited about getting in there and experiencing this piece of Mexican culture. All right, that is a wrap at this beautiful art museum. My love, thoughts?
That was super fun. It was awesome to get to see some of Diego Rivera's work in person. And it just had a really cool kind of, everything was anti-politics and kind of twisted and fun, but it was a really cool, cool museum.
Yeah, very cool. There was a bunch of exhibits that weren't open yet. Maybe they open on the weekends. And then it costs extra to do the third floor of this place, which we didn't do. Yeah. But hopefully you liked the couple of pictures I posted prior to this, and we're off to the next spot. All right, the wife and I have made it to
Zócalo.
It is a gorgeous plaza. You can see this incredible church behind us, and then as I make this loop, just an amazing plaza here in Mexico City. We are just walking out of the Mexico City Metropolitan Cathedral, which you can see behind me. I took a couple pictures in there, which I'll show you next, but a spectacular cathedral, just awe-inspiring inside. Take a look at these pics. With those couple of touristy things done with, it's time for lunch. We're eating right here at this restaurant. Let's go check it out.
We stopped at this little place called Mercaderes. It's right next to El Zócalo. And we looked it up because we were going to go to another taco spot. It has a 4.7 out of 6,000 reviews. So we had these pop in here. Luckily, they just let us walk on in, which is awesome. Since it's a little bit past noon, we just ordered some fancy drinks for ourselves, and it looks like the food is amazing, so we're gonna check it out.
All right, and I got the enchilada zempola, which is a creation here at this restaurant. It is slow roasted pork with double cream cheese, pickled onions, habanero chili, and a grasshopper sauce. That's right, you heard this. Grasshopper up in these beauties. Let's get a piece of this. Oh, they look great. Plenty of grasshopper on there for me. Oh, that is spectacular. Probably one of the best restaurant enchiladas I've ever had. The flavors are incredible. There's a depth of complexity with all of the components. Oh, 10 out of 10. Amazing.
Okay, I got the mole enchiladas, and it has a ton of cheese and crema on top of it with some refried beans. Want to take a look? Look at that deliciousness.
Oh my gosh.
So I know I said the other night that I had my fair share of mole with just the one night, but I had to try it here too. These tortillas are green tortillas, which is interesting. And let's try it out. You can get some cheese with it. Okay. Ooh. It's very sweet and also very spicy. Like, it creeps up on you for sure. This is better than the one we had the other night. I like this one a lot.
Lunch is a wrap. Babe, what'd you think?
That place was so good. It was super fancy, which I was a little bit nervous about because the best food is hole in the wall, but that was amazing.
Yep, absolutely reasonably priced, but you cannot go wrong. We just had a couple of the dishes, but everything on the menu looked phenomenal. Check this place out if you're in Mexico City. On to the next. We're about to cross a bridge that spans 700 years of Mexican history, so get your eyes ready for this. What a spectacular,
It's crazy. Crazy.
spectacular area. This was what, an old ancient holy city? Is that what it said, the sign said?
It was called the Templo Mayor, which is basically the, what would you call it? Like, main temple for the Aztecs.
Wow,
Or the capital, I should say. Capital.
amazing. What a beautiful piece of history. Now we're gonna grab an Uber and head over to the Anthropology Museum, which is supposedly spectacular. But look at this, just right across that bridge, you're on the backside of the cathedral, which is just gorgeous. You've got all of these great little alleys that are just bumping with life. Man, Mexico City is a lively place. After a very long, like 45-minute Uber ride to go like 3 miles because this city is nuts. We got quite the education too. Today's October 2nd, which is the anniversary of
The murdering of a ton of university students when they were peacefully protesting by the government in 1968.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yep, so inauguration yesterday, big protest today, so we're not headed back to where we were because that's going to be all blocked off by the police and the protest. And anyway, very exciting time to be alive. That's all we can say. But enough of that business. Let's go check out this other museum. Alrighty guys, well, we have made it inside the Museum of Anthropology. Look at that beautiful sculpture there. And this is about as far as I'm going to take you. I'm going to take a few pictures of some of the things I've seen, show you that right after this, and I'll catch you on the end. Ciao. And that is a wrap on probably the most amazing museum we've ever been to.
Yeah, that was so cool. So many gadgets and doodads from back in the day, and it's really cool just to watch it all kind of come to life.
Yep, absolutely. And I only posted a couple pictures that you saw previous to this, but you definitely need to put this on your list if you come here. What are you doing, babe?
Just grabbing a little tiny treat.
Look how big this corn is, people. Holy macaroni and cheese.
Okay, I think I'm about to have the best esquite of my life. The corn was huge, and they added some mayo, cheese, and chili. I didn't see if she put any lime in it, but oh my gosh, my mouth is watering. Alright, let's try it out. I can never have corn again if it's not this one. She did add lime, by the way.
Well, as my wife indulges in her corn fetish, we're gonna grab an Uber back to the Airbnb and relax for a little bit. We'll see you at dinner. Right next to our Airbnb is a Dos Cuerpos Central. It is a mezcal tasting. It's reasonably priced. You get to taste 3 mezcals. I'm calling that dinner.
Go and have a small sip, and you are going to swish it around your mouth to cleanse your palate.
Oh, okay.
So you guys go ahead and do that, and I'll be
Lunch.
back in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, now she said this was from a very common agave here and came out of the Jalisco area?
No, Oaxaca.
Oaxaca, excuse me. So very common. It was 10-year-old, and yeah. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad at all. Switch it around a little bit. Not bad. Very clean taste. What's that look?
Creeps up.
Okay, my wife's reaction aside, this isn't a very strong flavored mezcal, right? Like a few of them I've had, that smokiness of mezcal is very, very potent. This one is not. It's a 43% alcohol. Very clean tasting. You get a little bit of that smokiness at the end. It is very close to a tequila, but we were recommended to hold it to your chin, not your nose. Put it in your mouth, swish it around.
I love it. It's very, very unique and very different. So this is a 6.
Not too bad. Okay, our next tasting is very interesting. It is a spirit called Swaki. Is that what you said it was?
Swaki.
Swaki. It is made from the piccolo peat fruit. Okay, now this next tasting is very interesting. We're trying a spirit called Swaki. It is from the pitaya fruit that only produces in a specific cactus that is 100 to 150 years old. That fruit is also pollinated by bats. I mean, we're talking about some craziness here. However, this is a 60% alcohol spirit. It's supposed to be briny. It's supposed to be citrusy. Ooh, it's got a very interesting nose smell. It's an interesting flavor. I don't really get the brininess. Maybe a little bit at the back of your palate afterwards. It's a very interesting and unique taste and flavor profile. I don't know really how to explain it because it's not strong. It's not what you call spicy. It doesn't hit your mouth very hard. For something that's 60% alcohol, surprisingly light on the palate.
Okay, the last one is called Espíritus Destilados. This is also mezcal out of a CBD plant. No, out of a what?
Cannabis.
Out of a cannabis plant, but it has no CBD or THC in it. So let's try this guy out. Oh, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. It's kind of syrupy. It's like thick. Yeah, the best way to describe it is like tequila with syrup.
Okay, I'm gonna try the tequila syrup as my wife described it. Oh yeah, that is very interesting. From a flavor standpoint, much more herbal, much more kind of medicinal, I think is a good word for it, than the other two. The other two are a little bit lighter on the palate. This one is definitely a very complex mezcal. You know, when you have that cannabis in there and the other properties they've used in this specific type of mezcal, it's definitely on the opposite end of what we've been sipping, which is cool. The cool thing about this though, small brand, woman owned, which is fantastic. So anyway, cannabis mezcal right here in Mexico City. Just between you and I, I'm getting a big hit of horse in this.
Just between you. Just between you and I. Just between you and I, I'm getting a big hit of donkey.
Our last tasting, because we're neighbors here, is pacholate. And this is a corn-based spirit that is mixed with Mayan cacao, is that what you said? And it is used as a kind of a healing of the soul drink in the Mayan culture. So it's supposed to be like dessert in a shot to your health. Oh my gosh. That cacao comes through so well, and it doesn't have that artificial sweet flavor to it. It feels like it is, you know, a nice piece of chocolate that you've melted down and you're just sipping. And this is a stunner. Well, with the mezcal tasting over, that is a wrap on the day. We had a fun-filled one. Man, from breakfast to that incredible lunch, to seeing some of the local sites, from the Zócalo to that amazing Museum of Anthropology, ending with a delicious mezcal tasting right here in Mexico City. With that, I'm gonna call it a night. We'll catch you in a bit. Ciao.